Alrighty guys, another day, another mod. So, well, not mod. Today we're doing maintenance again. So we actually picked up a cabin air filter just because I'm trying to do all the filters in this car. Right. So we got a cabin air filter. So let's take the glove box out right about. Okay, so we got the glove box out. So from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's right behind this box. So I'm gonna take these screws out, these 4 screws, or 5 screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess 6 as well. Pop this cover off and we'll see what's behind there. Hopefully that's where our box is. Alright, let's see. So like a clip. I mean, I feel like it's gotta come out. Oh, something happened. Yes, it looks like it popped in and then over, so I mean I gotta pull this down somehow. Maybe if I pull these bolts out. Oh, did I get it? I think I got it. Okay. So there's no filter? Let me get a flashlight. It doesn't look like there's a filter at all. From the looks of it, there's no filter. See, like there's a, I don't know if it's all of them, but I can see that mine has no filter, so definitely need that. I guess there's my evaporator. Fucking giant. Holy shit, no wonder this thing gets fucking frigid. Thing's pretty fucking big. Alright, let's get all these leaves out. Okay, and I mean, I'm just gonna slide this right in. So I'm just gonna, I mean, is there a certain airflow? Doesn't really say. Let's see. I'm pulling down, sliding in. Okay. And there we go. And then we'll have an actual filter to filter out some of that air. So that's pretty sick. I guess this is the foam that comes apart, it looks like. You guys know JZXs, you know that the foam right there. I think that's the foam that they always talk about that comes out of the vents. So let's just see. Let's put this back together. Hopefully nothing breaks in the process. But you're pretty much just gonna go up in the air. And then unfortunately, it looks like you gotta pull down, which I don't wanna pull down too much. It's just fucking sketchy. In first. You go in, yeah. So I'm doing the bottom first. And then we'll wiggle it back up. There we go. And then we can bolt it all back together. And we'll be done. Make sure you get them all on the dowels just so it's able to fully seat. But fuck you, we got a filter in, boys. Okay, clipped. Everything's clipped. Next, I'm gonna take out this ECU. I don't know. I'm curious. Curious about it. I've been curious about it. It's not even fucking bolted in. So that's cool. Oh, it's legit not even bolted in. So that's fucking super cool. So let's just get right to it. Just unplug it all. It's not even installed correctly. It's supposed to be the other way. Oh my god. Is that grease? No, it's just grease, thank god. I thought it was fucking... I didn't know what the hell that was. It's either grease or oil. So we got oil in the harness? Fuck. This is what I'm talking about, look. So I got either grease or oil in the harness. It might be oil. And this plug. So I'm gonna clean that all off. Is it grease? I can't smell anything. I feel like it's grease. It doesn't really feel like oil. Oh well. But like I said, this is a Mines ECU. I'm gonna put the stock one in there for now just because I gotta send this serial number off to see what all is done to it. There's my number. I'm just not sure what they did, so I'll put a stock one in there for now until I know exactly what they did. What's that, 22970? 22790. It's pretty sick though, a Mines ECU, always cool. But we'll put the stock one in there, clean off that oil. Hopefully it's not oil, but we'll clean all that off anyway. Let's grab our stock one. Like I said, so here's the Mines one, and then here's our stock one we got. Shout out Jeff Stonebeck, he hooked us up with this one. But we'll put this one back in for now, just so I can send that out, see exactly what they have. And now, I guess, diagnosing oil wicking into the harness. Sick. Clean this off. We're just gonna use some isopropyl alcohol and some air. And hopefully it's just grease. Although it does not seem to be grease. And then I'll just have to look at the pin out for this actual connector to see what pins are on it and which one makes sense. Like obviously if it's like a vacuum switching valve, that it's impossible to leak oil. But if it's like VVTI gear or VVTI solenoid or something like that, then that's very possible. So at least we know right now it's clean, both pins. These are obviously body side, so it's always something, right? Okay, so it bolts in nicely. Just keep it like this for a while. Just because I don't want to keep running that. I don't know. The more I thought about it, the more I'm like, that thing's probably tuned for 100 ROM, which we don't even offer in the US because it's like 96 octane, I think the equivalent is. 95 or 96, the highest we get is Sunoco 94. And if you guys know JZ's on pump gas, known to fucking melt some pistons on super hot days, so let's just keep it stock. Pretty stock, like the stock tune's pretty good too at 1 bar. I mean, on my last JZX I ran at 1 bar for a long time, and it was one of the most fun cars I've ever had, so I'm not too concerned about it being like fucking slow or something like that. Looking at my handy log C2 is the connector right here. It's going to be one of these pins that are wicking oil, so nothing crazy luckily. Obviously it's not the mass airflow sensor, obviously not the coolant temp sensor or O2 sensor, so it's either the ignition coils, the TPS, which I don't know how, but it's probably the cam. It's just think it's the cam or crank signals. One of these are probably wicking oil, just from oil leaking from cam seals or something like that, so nothing crazy luckily. So we'll be able to get that fixed, get it all cleaned up, and hopefully have no more oil leaks. In my quest to be making this the best street car, I've been adding these little sticky foam inserts on all like the connection points and like right here. I'm just trying to get it perfect, you know, no rattles. I don't want any rattles on this thing. So I'm just trying to make it absolutely perfect. We're gonna be putting this glove box in, so let's do that right now. There we go, it's all back together. So now we're gonna work on removing the boost gauge, the Defi gauge, and the actual HKS boost controller. So let's get to that. So we actually removed all of this extra bullshit. We removed the gauge for now. So now it's just a clean look, stock ECU, bone stock ECU, like not no stock ECU Mines tune, but it's completely stock now. Just enjoy it for now in a bone stock form. I removed the boost controller, all that shit, just cleaned it up a little bit more. So let's go drive it, make sure it's still good, make sure it still runs. And then I'll get back to you. I got the front seat out because I got those trim panels. So I got these panels because they were not installed on the car. So I found a guy parting one out, rare occurrence. So I was like, hey, weird request, can I get these panels? And I also got the actual sills that go to the rear floor. Trying to make this thing the ultimate street car, bone stock. I want everything to work. So I'm gonna put these in. Unfortunately, it looks like it's a little damaged right there, so good thing I got those additional pieces. So I'm gonna pop off the carpet, lift it up a little bit, replace those panels, and we'll get right back to you. So I'm gonna pull the carpet up. I think I gotta take the glove box out, and I also wanna fix this because you can see it's a little gap right there. Alrighty, so we lifted it up. There's the panel I was talking about. Yeah, all this fucking tape and shit, so we got a new one. So let's go get it. Alrighty, so we just got it cleaned up. We're just just gonna place it in the hole first. Let me see if I can actually put the lower section in first. So we got it installed. Down the lower piece, all installed. So we got it fully seated on both sides. Alright, so we got the carpet in with that piece, fully seated as I stated. So now the rear seats will have heat. Something so small, but I don't know. Wanted to be street car. So now we're just gonna do a quick cleanup. Just like a quick vacuum and stuff. So we'll do that right about now. Alrighty, so now we'll put the seat back in, put the glove box back in, and we're done on this side. And we'll work on to the other side and the center console. Alrighty, we got it all back together. Put some more rubber insulation just to try to minimize some vibrations that I'm kind of having, not like crazy, but we got the center console trim aligned perfectly. Got the bolts all secured, so now it's nice and sturdy. And now I'll work on the other side. We'll do that next. Alrighty, so we got those floor vents in, and then we just clean the carpet up again. Literally no difference in anything. It's just one of those pieces that I just wanted to have just to make it OEM, you know. So I want everything to work. So rear vents, I want it to work. Just something that I'm trying to make this car a really nice example. I don't want it to be a little rat like it's been when I first got it. Curious about these two. On the fence of just getting rid of them, but since they've been on, you can see it has like little spots of imperfections. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. You can still buy them new, so I guess that's kind of cool, but still undecided because I think they look kind of cool without them. But we're getting there, guys. We are definitely getting there. Just trying to make this thing clean as hell. My dreams, I just want it to be my dream spec. So far it's getting very close, very, very, very close. And I'm loving it. So also need a key, I know. We did pick up trim, as I stated, so we'll be getting that in as well once that gets shipped and delivered. Back in the car, guys, with stock ECU, no boost controller, no boost gauge. I'm just trying to get this thing, I don't know, like I said, the more I was thinking about it, the more having a tuned ECU for 100 ROM, it's kind of sketch. The more I thought about it, obviously I ran it for a couple months now. One full month. I ran it for a whole month. It's 1,800 miles or 2,000 kilometers. But hey, shit happens. But we're no boost controller, so we're stock boost. Because I remember before the gauge stopped working, like before I took it apart, tried to change the color and fuck the gauge up, I did see that it was hitting 1 bar with the cat. So once we removed that cat, I guarantee it went to like 1.5. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get rid of it. Get rid of the boost gauge, get rid of the boost controller. So now we're just on stock boost. Because I remember my last swap was able to hit 1 bar boost, no cat. We'll be at 1 bar boost for same exhaust as I had, same downpipe, same intake, same, well, not same intercooler, but still an intercooler. So we're back at stock boost. I mean, it feels identical. Like it doesn't feel, it feels identical. We're gonna look into that harness again. We're gonna give it some miles, let the system work, but kind of nervous, not nervous, but I'm kind of upset now because I hope I don't have to find a fucking harness, because if oil wicks in there, it's kind of hard to get the oil out. Hopefully it was just some grease, but why would they only put grease in one connector? Most likely oil, but we'll get to that at a later date. Something we gotta look into. Worst case, we can always just repin the wiring that is actually leaking to be able to just like depin the whole harness and all that, because I do have some plans with this car. The more, obviously, I love this car, guys. It's an awesome car. You guys know I'm obsessed with it. It's so cool, but I do want this to be my dream spec. And to be dream spec, I kind of want to do a 2J VVTi GTE with like a G35 900, G30 770 around, probably G35 900 just to keep it stock short block. That's not anytime soon because the 1J is fine. I love the 1J. It's a good engine. I'm just saying, like, instead of like turboing this, like put a bigger turbo on the 1J. I was thinking at that point, if I got to pull the motor, re-gasket it, head studs, all that shit anyway, I might as well just get the 2J. But we're gonna drive this thing because disconnected the ECU, lost power to the ECU, so that means we got the low idle and all that shit. So, but once we get some miles on it, we'll be fine. But it feels identical. It's a little hot in here. Obviously, I got AC, but it's like a beautiful day. 23 degrees Celsius. It's like 70 degrees right now. It's beautiful. Yeah, this car's great. Stock ECU, no cat. These cars are plenty fast. Like I said, they're right around that 300 wheel mark. So I mean, it's plenty fast, plenty fun. Daily reminder: you get yourself a JZX100 Mark II Cresta Chaser. Don't matter, just get one. They're awesome. They do everything you want it to do. They're sick, sound good, look good, reliable, easy to mod. I mean, what else could you ask for in like a JDM car world? We got some more parts on order. We'll be installing those as well. Nothing crazy. You guys saw we got that. My son installed that drift button. There you go. Installed. Now you put this one. I thought that was a little cool piece. Have him install something. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Just gonna keep the videos rolling, guys. Get as much out as we can, and we'll get back to you guys. I'll see you guys. Peace out.